going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about how your body is shaped and then ways to dress that and how things fit. And we can move forward from there. Does that sound good?
Yeah. Hey, ladies of purpose, how are you doing? This is Andree Long, the founder of Women Have a Purpose. And I am on here because guess what? It's Friday and it's Business Focus Friday. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And we are in part 2 of how to dress for success. And if you haven't seen the first part, just pause the video, stroll on down and watch the first section. In the first session, what we did is talk about my personal style. I had a special guest. Her name is Trish James. She is my image consultant, and Lord knows she had to help a girl out. And in this session, we're going to talk about how to dress for a certain body type. And so, oh my gosh, y'all, she pulled that tape out. And I know y'all probably like, what tape? The measuring tape. And you have to watch it to see my response. But hey, I just wanted to come in here and just introduce what our next session is. And so, hey, I hope you can just stay tuned, because I'm going to come back on here and talk about all the gems, all the things that came out of that, just like the last one. And Lord knows I got some gems. Oh, I really got some gems. Hey, if you've been on here before and you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Press the button, subscribe, like, all the things that people do here on YouTube. And I am truly, truly excited for all the ladies that have subscribed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. When you subscribe, you help our ministry out. I'm telling you, when you watch our videos and all those things, this is something that's going to help ladies. It's going to impact ladies. So thank you for doing that. All right, enough talking. Roll the film, right? Bye. You're back. She did my measurements. She told me all the things. And I can't wait to share with y'all what I got out of that. So I'm going to tell you what I got out. And one of the things she told me, my body shape, she talked about my measurements. And the good thing I liked about the measurements, for those that are worried about getting measured, she's not necessarily measuring like, all of us, but more of, our bone structure. And so what I've learned about my shoulders and versus how it is for my waist to my hips. And that's going to be very important when it comes down to how we choose different items of clothing and how it fits. And then you go into the other parts of you when it goes into, your sizing and all that stuff. But for me, I'm curvy. Y'all already know that. There ain't nothing. I'm curvy, y'all. But it's a good curvy. I like my curves. I don't have no shame about my curves. But I've learned that I'm also short-waisted. There's a long-waisted and short-waisted. So for me, I'm short-waisted and I'm all legs. No, I'm just like, she didn't say that to me. But I can linger. I have a lot of legs. And so I have to focus more on the going up. And I've learned a lot about different how I fit my jackets, because I do like to wear jackets, and the type of blouses. As far as patterns, it's better to have smaller pattern prints. Oh, and then, as far as the questionnaire that I had to redo, I found out my style, y'all. My style, my personal style is I'm a natural, classic, and a little bit of romance.
There you go.
Right? And so that being said, I like natural, like I don't like to be uncomfortable. Straight up, that's the short version of a natural. I don't like to be uncomfortable, and that is so true. I will wear tennis shoes. Which I got my tennis shoes on right now.
There you go. Absolutely.
So I will wear things to make me comfortable, but the classic is I like to look polished. And then the romance, and actually this whole outfit is what her. The whole outfit that I'm wearing right now is exactly my style. So I did it. I actually know my style. No, I did not know my style. I did not. I just happened to wear my whole style. And then this is like romantic. You see how it has the little
puffy
sleeves,
sleeve.
the puffy
Mhm.
sleeves.
Yeah.
So that's more of the romantic. Even this color is kind of the rust.
A little on the romantic side,
Yeah,
but I would say even more of a natural. You got natural colors on today.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So that's the romantic side of me is the puff sleeves and like maybe floral. And then of course, me having a little bit of earrings. I might like pearls and stuff like that, which I do. I gravitate to pearls and
Classic jewelry.
yeah, even the little my hair, the ringlets of
Yeah.
having my hair. I like to have my
That's
hair.
the romance.
That's the romance
That's the
side
romance.
of it, like to soften me up a little
There you
bit.
go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Did I do good?
You did good. You did good.
So
Yes.
okay.
Yes, I love it. So I love that you got dressed today in your natural style.
Yeah.
One of the things that we talked about when it comes to naturals are that, comfort comes first. And you're more about substance than style. And I know you do like a touch of style, so that's not a problem. That's another part of your personality. But for the most part, you've got to be comfortable. And there's a way to be comfortable and polished at the same time.
Yeah.
You just have to understand what makes something polished.
Yeah.
And that is, you've got to balance. We're all about balance. When you're looking at your style or your body shape or any of those things, you're looking to balance things. You don't want any one thing to appear greater than anything else. It needs to all be very harmonious. If you go with all trend and all edginess, then you look like you're wearing a uniform or you look like you're wearing a costume. But when you put your style together with a few touches that create that polished look, you're still comfortable, you're still who you are, but you feel pulled together when you walk out of the house. And it doesn't matter, and it'll take you 5 minutes to look pulled together, and it'll take you 5 minutes to not look pulled together.
Oh, that's so true.
If you know the bits and pieces you need to do, it's that fast, and you walk out and you're just fine.
Yeah.
And you're ready to meet whoever you need to meet.
Yeah.
Whether it's the principal of the school, the teacher, the lady working at Burger King, or a prospective client.
Wow, I like that you actually brought that up because that was something I was talking about. Consider your audience. So I like how you're saying no matter who you meet, you'll be polished on that.
Yes.
So I don't know why.
Well, and you want to feel good about yourself when you're picking up your children.
Yes.
Okay. And
taking them to school.
Absolutely. Clothing. Real quick before we go anywhere,
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question.
Oh, what?
Now, when I pulled out this measuring tape, y'all. What was your response? What did you say when I pulled out the measuring tape?
I can't remember, but I was just like, oh Lord.
Lord, here's the tape. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of your shape.
Yeah.
It's based on your skeleton, not on your weight, and not on your breasts. Okay. It is, or on your hips, or on your butt.
Yeah.
It's based on your shape. And if you don't know what shape you are, how to dress that to its maximum benefit, and how to balance that, then if you don't confront the tape, the measurements across, then you're not going to ever be able to feel comfortable. Confidence is when knowledge becomes second nature.
Yeah. Yeah.
You cannot feel confident if you don't know. A lot of times we don't want to tell ourselves things or we don't want to find out because we might find out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There might be a number tied to that. Okay. I can't hide anymore. But the deal is you can't feel confident about who you are and how you're presenting yourself or even how to shop for yourself till you know what those numbers are. So don't be afraid of this. Okay?
Yeah. Don't be afraid of the tape.
No, absolutely not. Knowledge is power.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Let's go play with some clothes.
Oh my gosh. What was that? Don't be afraid of the tape. Would you believe now I'm not afraid of the tape? I mean, that thing resonated to me in so many ways about how she also said knowing creates confidence, knowing how to dress yourself, knowing all the things, right? It creates confidence. And she's so true. Once I started knowing what works well for me, like I exude confidence. I'm not nervous going into the closet and putting on certain things. And then also I've learned what suits me, what works for me. I don't have no problem going out in the door Now, I still miss it, guys. I still have those moments now. My next thing, I guess, will be time management. Because like she said, it only takes 5 minutes. It takes 5 minutes to put yourself together, to get it together. And it also takes 5 minutes to look like a hot mess, right? 5 minutes to look like a hot mess. And that thing was another thing that, like, man, Trish James, you just don't understand. Some of the things that you say has really resonated to me. But you know, I'm going to put this in a biblical content. When I looked over this and was about to, editing Andrea here, I really was like amazed because I thought about, we're talking about dressing for success, being our true self. And I couldn't help to think about David, right? If you would look at the story of David, and there was this Goliath, this giant coming against, the Israelites or whatever the case may be. And David went in there and he was like, I'll fight that giant. I'll fight that giant. And sometimes we can be fighting ourselves. That's the giant. Tackling and thinking, okay, we have to be a certain weight. We have to be a certain size, right? Well, anyways, to make a long story short, David decided to do that. There was some business behind him fighting this giant. And the king at that time said, okay, here is my armor. Put on this armor. And David denied that armor. And he sat there and said, you know what? I haven't tried that armor. That's not for me. And he decided to do what he knew best. Now, I'm not going to go too much in the story, but that's what that reminded me of. To know my measurements, know what really fits me. You know what I mean? What truly fits me. And David said, no, I'm not going to wear that armor. I'm going to do what I knew to do, what he knew was best to do, right? And so that's what I got out of this segment, and I did go shopping. I did a few little things, a few little tricks. I didn't do too much shopping, and we'll talk about that in another segment. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and say it's dress for success, but if you didn't get anything out of part 1 and part 2, part 1, I learned to be your personal self, be your personal style. And in this session, I learned, hey, know what fits you. Know what fits you well. And that's what I got out of that. Just like David, he said, no, I don't need that. I don't need that armor. Know what really fits you well. And when you know what fits you well, it exudes confidence. David had confidence, and he went out there and cut the giant's head off. He defeated the giant because he knew what truly fit him. And that's what I'm getting out of this. Like, know what truly fits you. And when you do that due diligence, she said, knowing is powerful, but also applying what you learn is even more powerful, because you get you exude that confidence like never before. Ladies, we are winners. And this is another one of those ways we can win, by putting on what best fits us, right? Well, that's all I have for today. Until next time, whop on and stay strong. You have purpose, and I see you next time.